We give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rekwar Kadash. Of honors to apostles that rule well. Salutation to the brothers in the four corners of earth, Christian truth and sincerity. We've been really heavy on the economy in these days, how they classifying the poor and the rich and eliminated the middle class. I drive all over Baltimore and I'm seeing a lot of food lines, right? Food lines is longer and longer and longer. People looking for food, right? People looking for clothes. And guess what? Some people got one or two jobs, so they can't make ends meet, right? So they got to go to the food line to get extra food for themselves and for their children, right? And it's only getting worse and worse and worse. It's only getting worse, right? I found this article, 10 signs of tremendous economic suffering that is quickly spreading all around us, right? I'm so tired of hearing that everything is fine when everything is most certainly not fine. Every day I hear from people who are really suffering in this harsh economic environment. Some cannot find work. Others are stressed out of their minds because they can't make ends meet. And there are some who are even on the verge of losing everything. They got a saying that said, you want paycheck away from poverty, right? You want paycheck from homelessness, right? I remember me, this guy was contemplating on back in the days, when you do 150, 200 groceries, every family member have to help, carry some of these bags in a house, man. Right? 150, 200, man, you have about what? 15 to 20, bags of groceries. Now, 150, 200, you have about what? The most? 6 bags.
Shoot, 2 bags.
It depends what you get. Especially if you're eating all natural, you're eating good food, right? You're eating food that don't have chemicals in it, right? So when you eating healthy, it's more. When you eating unhealthy, it's less, right? So I'm gonna keep reading this article. It said because they are constantly being told that the economy is in good shape, and that's bullshit. Right? The economy is not in good shape. Right? There's a lot of stores, and I did a sit-down video on that. A lot of stores is closing, like Kohl's, shutting down. What else? What other stores? Walgreens, and among Macy's, and among other stores is shutting down, man. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they are constantly being told that the economy is in good shape. Many of them have been convinced that the suffering that they are going through is their fault. Of course, it isn't their fault. The economic condition has been getting worse from the bottom 90% of many years. And that is primary reason why the Democrats lost the election last November. If the economic condition were improving, they probably would have won the election. What are we facing in a truly historic crisis? And it is time to admit the truth. The following are 10 signs of the tremendous economic suffering that is quickly spreading all around us, right? Homelessness, number one, homelessness in U.S. is at the highest level ever recorded. And the state, California, is leading the way. Yeah, I've seen videos where women are living from their cars, right? People living from trailers. What's that? UVs.
RVs?
Yeah, RVs. That's right. RVs. People living, they stationed in Walmart where they have easy access to the bathroom.
10 cities.
Right? 10 cities in California. right? A lot of women is resorting to prostitution, you know. Well, you know, in their mind, they feeble mind, this is not prostitution. We just saw a video. If you're not spending, she's not bending. It's prostitution. That's prostitution, right?
Yeah.
You know, you could paint the picture beautifully all you want. It's prostitution, man. And it's only getting worse out here, man. And a lot of these women and these girls have a price. They have a price, man. You know? And that's why OnlyFans is, you know, it's a big thing, right? OnlyFans is a big thing. They got to resort to showing their ass and doing all types of abominable things in front of the camera to get money, right? They do strange things for change, right? A lot of these women doing strange things for change, man. You know? Like you had mentioned earlier, California has consistently cited homelessness as a top issue facing the state. 2024, homelessness reached record high on a nation that 771,500 people experienced homelessness, right? And the number continued to go up. And the number continued to go up, right? Number two, according to the report, there was recently published CBS News, the true rate of unemployment in the United States were 24.3% in April, right? So the employment rate is 24.3, man. That's high. There's a lot of people out there that need work. A lot of people out there need jobs, man. And, you know, and this is all done by design by the government. This is all done by design to get rid of the middle class, right? As I keep mentioning, two classifications, poor and rich. That's it. You know, and this might resort to the MOTV. You know, there's going to be homelessness knives all over the United States. They say you want faster service, you want food, you want shelter, take the MOTV, right? Take the MOTV, radio frequency identification, right? Yeah, and that's the time we living in. And only GMS is preaching hard about the MOTV, man. I see a lot of camps from different parts of the world, man, and they don't go hard about that MOTV like GMS does. All right. Number three, due to current economic conditions, almost a quarter of U.S. population is canceling plans to make a major purchase. Right. Nearly 1 of 4 U.S. residents are canceling plans to make a major purchase, such as a home or a car, right? And I had discussed this in my last video. Nobody buying homes no more. Nobody trying to get to a 15-year or 30-year mortgage. That's why the apartments is doing so good, because you sign a 1-year lease, you know, things don't go well. You always go to another unit or another apartment where it's much cheaper.
Some of them have month to month, 6 months. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, month to month. You know, and nobody ain't trying to sign a 30-year mortgage.
That's like an 80s thing, 80s, 90s thing.
And I think mortgage is synonymous with death.
Yeah.
You know, you obligated to stay in that house for 30 years, man. You know, us humans, we get tired of things real quick. Man, you can't move to this state or this state because, you know, you bound to that contract.
Sure, I have 2 relatives, my cousins, that complain about having a house.
Yeah.
The taxes, the fixture uppers, the insurance. And when taxes go up, what happens? The mortgage goes up. And if they want to move, you got to sell your house or you got to lease it to somebody else. You know, you got to rent it out. Use that, hope that person pay the rent on time so you can pay your new mortgage. So it's a headache.
Especially in 2008 when they had that, what was that, bubble crisis, when all these lenders was making these people sign these mortgages contract, but they didn't read the fine print that it's a variable adjustment. Variable adjustment means if you move in, your rent is $500, they could jump to $800. From $800 to $1,200. So they wasn't reading the fine print. People were just grabbing these homes up now.
Without a moment's notice, they could raise that mortgage.
Yeah. So that's why there was a major crisis in 2006 and 2010, right? It collapsed. People had to abandon their homes because they can't, they can't, how should I say? They can't live up to that mortgage, man. Especially that adjustable rate, right? So people abandon their homes, man. All right.
Jeez.
But that made people's credit look real bad, though. Number 4, meat prices are soaring, and the size of U.S. cattle herd has fallen to a level that we have not witnessed. Right? The number of the head of the cattle of the United States is at low, really not seen since the 1950s. Right? Meat prices have increased years over year, with steak up 7%, ground beef 10%, chicken nearly 3%, ham over 4%. Rapid believes that the issue goes beyond tariff and trade policy. Yeah. Cattle, chicken, everything went up. And these feeds, what they feeding them, that price went up. So to feed these animals, right, it's at a high cost. So what they trickle down the price of? They trigger the price of the consumers, right? Some people are gonna be forced to be vegans, yo. Eating beans and rice. Beans and rice, man. That's gonna be the American staple diet, man. That's gonna be the American staple diet. Beans and rice. But for us, this is a beautiful time we're living in, man. This is a beautiful time we're living in. Let's get some precepts. All right. Bear with me for a moment. Psalm 70 verse 5. But I am poor and needy. Make haste unto me, O Yahweh. Thou art my help and my deliverer, O Yahweh. Make not no tarrying. Yeah, so the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, is our deliverer, man. He's going to deliver us from this hell, right, called Babylon, right, which is called America, right? Babylon means the land of confusion. So David saying here in Psalm 70 verse 5, but I am poor and needy. Make haste unto me, O Yahweh. Thou art my help and my deliverer. O Yahweh, make no tarrying. Yeah, so Yahweh B'Shem Yashai is our deliverer, man. Right? All these things, these prophecies got to happen before he comes and deliver the elect of the house of Israel. All right? So your brothers and sisters can't fret about it because these prophecies got to be fulfilled. Right? In other words, these really good time for us at 2/3, and these heathens is bad time for them. Right? Because they don't know what the hell is going on. The elect, the house of Israel, know what's going on. Right? Okay? But we got to come out here and prophesize, right? The downfall of this damn devil, right? The Most High, he's a fair power, man. He gave the Assyrians a chance to rule. He gave the Babylonians a chance to rule, right? He gave the Medes and the Persians a chance to rule. The Greeks a chance to rule. The Romans, he gave all these heathens a chance to rule, man. Right? Who got next? Oh, the nation of Israel got next, man. All right. So let me read this article, some more of this article. You know how we do. We correlate with the scriptures. Number 5, restaurants that were once thriving are being boarded up all over the country. In fact, Hooters suddenly shut down 30 locations yesterday. Hooters. You know, with women showing their nice little titties, showing their sweet little ass, them little tight little shorts. 30 locations is being shut down, man. Right? So much. You see how far your titties took you, right? Yeah, man. Shit. Restaurant chain Hooters abruptly closed over 30 locations across multiple states June 4th. The last time we ate Hooters was about like 2 years ago. And wings ain't taste the same, yo. And some of these restaurants, they food is diminishing in ingredients. They trying to cut costs. So they not putting the original ingredients in some of their food, man. And people know these things. And people know these things, man. BK don't taste the same. McDonald's don't taste the same. First of all, McDonald's don't taste the same because their beef is full of fillers and soy products. It's fillers. It's not even 100% beef like what we was growing up on, right? They're trying to cut costs, man. And like when you get these bags of chips and Lay's, yo, it's about this much chips, but full of air, right? And they give you the same price, but they give you less product, right? They give you less product, man. And certain products, their prices went up, and they give you only crumbs, right? So, yo, America's done, right? They say Hooters said in a statement to USA Today that the closed stores were company-owned and called closure a difficult decision. Hooters will be well-positioned to continue our iconic legacy under a pure franchise business model. The company said, we are committed to supporting our impact team members throughout this process and are incredibly grateful to our valued customers, to their loyalty and dedication to the Hooters brand. All right, number 6, major employers from coast to coast continue to conduct mass layoff, right? For example, Procter & Gamble just announced that 7,000 of their employees will soon be hitting the bricks, right? Like my wife's company, man, they let go hundreds of my wife's company, man. And most of them was Jake's. You know what they say, right? Last hired and first fired. And that's a true statement.
That's probably in the last 3 years.
Yeah, in the last 3 years, they've been downsizing her job. You know, and some of the employees used to tease her, oh, you're a nerd, oh, you're a goody two-shoe. Oh, she was just doing her damn job. And the people that were saying that, they out the fucking door. They got complacent. Man, taking advantage of company time. You think these companies don't know when you are a producer? They know that shit.
They know.
They check your productivity each and every day. Right? You can't get over these damn devils. And Esau is spiritual to the left.
Yep.
He is spiritual to the left, man. You know, you in your damn bed, taking a power nap, a 2-hour nap. You think they don't notice? You think you don't notice? They see by your numbers. They see your numbers. Right? Trying to pull a wool over Esau's eyes. He's about his money, bro. Esau's about his money.
Yep. Their
Right.
money and their time.
Huh?
Their money and their time.
That's right. Yeah, so Procter & Gamble just announced that 7,000 of their employees were soon be hitting the bricks. Right? Procter & Gamble said, and Procter & Gamble owns a lot of companies. They own Colgate, right? They own all different types of products, man. Right? Procter & Gamble said Thursday it will cut 7,000 jobs over the next 2 years, or about 15% of its non-manufacturing workforce. In a statement, the consumer product giant said it wants to boost productivity and cut costs as it competes in what the company described as an increasingly challenging environment. Right now I'm on number 7. You know that the things are bad when even Walmart is conducting layoff.
Oh, wow.
Said Walmart is conducting layoff, yo. All right? And you know how much people steal from Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Especially the employees. The employees steal heavy from Walmart, man. You know? And these cashiers, they think they can get away with it. Right?
Especially
once your name is called, Laquita, come to the office. They got you on camera stealing money.
That self-checkout, too. They be stealing a lot through that.
Self-checkout. Oh, thanks for the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Self-checkout. They losing like millions of dollars.
I think they're about to revamp that system, though,
yeah.
from what I read, because they know people stealing.
I got a cousin, he be stealing. And this nigga got money. Cheap-ass nigga. Right? I said, it isn't a social media giant and a life science startup lane of tech workers in Bay Area. Walmart, the country's largest brick and mortar retailer, is now cutting up the 106 staffers of its own, right? So it said the layoffs will be permanent. Engineers and data scientists were listed in a document among the cuts as a various manager in finance, marketing, and creative operation. So they started from the top, right? These not the little employees, they started from the top, like engineers at Walmart, right?
That's what they usually do. They get the ones with the 6 figures first.
Yep.
That's what they do, because that's who they got rid of. Management in my job, the Jakes that was making 6 figures, those are the ones that let go first.
There we go.
Because it's more salary that they got to pay out.
Yeah, and the people that's under them, they give them double or triple their work.
Yep. That's what they did in our department.
Yep. Yeah. Now the small fries got more work for that little pay.
Yep.
You know, inflation, everything's going up, but your pay is stagnant. Your pay is not equivalent to what's going on with this inflation, right? The food's going up, your pay rate, you're supposed to get a pay raise. Your pay's supposed to go up too. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Because these companies trying to, save costs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let me get a preset. You know how we do.
I thought that was Maya. I thought that was Maya right here. It looked like her coughing far away.
This is Psalm 71, 1 through 4. It said, in thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. Deliver me in that righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline thy ear unto me and save me. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Thou hast given commandments to save me, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Deliver me, O my power, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel man. And who's the unrighteous and cruel man? The so-called Edomites. All right, these pale-skinned devils are the cruel man. You understand? When you see Esau in the Bible, that's referring to the Edomites. Okay, it's referring to them. Esau and his descendants. Right? They're going into slavery. They're going to be put to death. Right? And they're going to be the bottom of the barrel in our kingdom, man. So David said, man, deliver me, O my power, out of the hand of the wicked, out of the hand of the unrighteous and cruel men. You know? So your brothers and sisters got to put prayers up, man. Because these niggas is complacent, man. As long as these niggas got their food, right? They can roam around and do what they want to do. These niggas think they good. But the Most High gonna destroy these niggas, man. The Most High gonna destroy them. Right? That's why Scripture said 2/3 of my people is gonna perish. Right? When the food start coming in here, right? And their welfare is already being taken away. Their welfare is already being taken away. Right? The Most High, matter of fact, I talked to a man yesterday. He had to rush to the clinic. He said, I got to rush to the clinic because they're about to shut down Medicaid. Yeah. Wow. Sit down Medicaid.
Wow.
It's over.
They took away a lot of those. You had mentioned it before. The Job Corps.
Yep.
Job Corps.
Subsidized
a lot of those
programs.
college
Yep.
funds. They took a lot of that away.
Yeah. Job Corps had the millions of teenagers, right? When you can't make a decision right after you graduate from high school, people was turning to what? Job Corps. So Trump got rid of that. You know?
Yep.
Number 8, quiet firing. Let's say quiet firing has become a major trend in this nation. In fact, one recent survey discovered that 53% of U.S. companies are using quiet firing to push employees out in 2025. Yeah, you get that. You might get an email. You might get fired through an email or through a message on your phone.
That's crazy.
Or you might just get that phone call from a supervisor. You know? And the rest of the employees be like, yo, what happened to Tanika? What happened to Tashara? What happened? You got quiet. That's that quiet firing.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't make a big announcement. You know? Or they might be on a group call and say, anybody that's on this call, you still have your job.
Yeah.
The ones that's not on this call, you don't have, they've been terminated. They've been let go.
Yeah.
And when you're being let go by these companies, they're not giving you a severance package. They're not giving you a package where you could be whole for maybe 2 or 3 months.
Yep.
Right? That's it. That's it. You know? So it's called quiet firing. Right? Oh, here we go right here. Companies are quiet firing employees to trim staff without having to make a severance payout. Oh, I didn't even know this was there. Or as a way to tamp down and negative press on public perception associated with layoff. Right? It said the intentional created quiet firing refers to an act of intentionally creating an unfavorable work environment to compel employees to leave their jobs rather than formally firing them or issuing layoffs. Man, so that's called quiet fire.
I think they're doing that on AJ.
Huh?
He said that they starting to do things like policing and cracking down on certain rules on that job.
Yeah, so what they doing?
Making people uncomfortable.
Yeah, what they doing, they upping their micromanagement.
Yes.
That's where, like you said, employees feeling uncomfortable, where they'll eventually quit their job. Say, fuck this, I'm going to another company.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta remember, that's the plot, that's the idea. They want you to quit before you get fired. Because if you quit, you're not gonna get no unemployment. You quit on your own, you left on your own cognition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is the last one, number 10. According to one recent survey, 70% of Americans are the most financially stressed that they have ever been in their entire lives. When 70% of your population is the most financially stressed that they have ever been, you have a major crisis on your hands. The economic suffering that we are witnessing now, we're absolutely dwarfed by the economic suffering that is coming. If we do not reverse course, so it's not going to be reversed. It's not going to be reversed at all. This is this is from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. The Most High slowly taking Babylon down, man. The Most High slowly taking Babylon down. And it's what time you at on this? What time you at?
It's right at 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Yeah. So let me read a couple of scriptures. Right. This is Job 30. This is Job 30, verse 15 through 16. It said, terrors are turned upon me. They pursue my soul as the wind. My welfare passes away as a cloud. Right? Mm-hmm. Welfare. And this is referred to H3444. Yahweh, salvation, deliverance, victory, health. Right? Alright? So the welfare passes away as a cloud. Welfare could be also these programs such as WIC, EBT, right? Housing, right? Trump is going to be taking that away too, right? Medicaid, we discussed that earlier. You give free health, right? Health care, right? Trump is taking all that away to save trillions of dollars, you know? So, yeah, keep doing what you're doing, Trump. You're an idiot, but you gotta realize Trump is controlled by Yahweh Shem El Shaddai, and he's gonna be our last president.
Yep.
Right? Verse 16. And now my soul is poured out upon me. The days of affliction have taken hold upon me. Right? So the day of affliction has taken hold upon me. Right? And these nigga women that say they don't need a man, the affliction is going to take hold upon them. Man. They say they don't need a man. But everything that was created around them is created by a man. But they don't need a man. Right? The checks that you get every month comes from a man. Right? But in these last times, hardship comes and tribulation come to America, are you going to be crying for a man? Mm-hmm. You're going to be crying for a man. Right? And y'all black women and y'all Hispanic women, y'all are too proud, yo. Because everything is in your fingertips. Everything is, you know, you can make a phone call and get what you want. You know, you juggling different men, right? You riding a cop carousel. This nigga, you using him for your hair and nails. One nigga using him for your light bill. So you getting 10 cocks all in one time, right? And each man is for your purpose, for your agenda. And then most of these niggas are simps anyway. Most of these niggas are simp anyway. And some of these niggas don't even get no ass. They don't even get a kiss for giving these women money. Right? Yeah. But the Lord said he ain't gonna hear your cry. This is Proverbs chapter 1, 22 through 28. The Lord said he ain't gonna hear these niggas cry, man. These niggas gotta be put to death, y'all. This is Proverbs 1, 22 through 28. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning. And fools hate knowledge. Yeah, these fools hate knowledge, man. Yeah. As long as these nasty bitches got their food, they're American best, they Gucci, they lace front, right? They long eyelashes and they nails, you know. These niggas love simplicity. And the Most High gonna destroy these niggas. And they're distressed, the Most High ain't gonna listen to them, right? Yep. And just how we had a small example in Katrina. These women was, you know, doing all types of abominable, wicked things just for help, right? You know, these bitches was giving niggas blowjobs just for a gallon of gas. You know, that time is gonna come, right? Our people is proud, man and woman, right? This is verse 21, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. No, I'm sorry. I'm on 23, Salakia. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my word unto you. Because I have called and ye refuse. Right? All the prophets that's in all the brothers that's preaching in the highways and byways, what they do? These niggas fan their hand at us. Right? That's a part of you refusing. Because I have called and you refuse. I stretch out my hands, right? And no man regarded. This is how the Lord is stretching out his hands. By sending prophets through the four corners of the earth, he's stretching his hand. The Most High ain't gonna leave his throne and stretch his hand to you. Nah, he uses the prophets, right? To give warning to the people, to wake them up, right? Verse 25, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? Jonah was a good example of that, when he disobeyed the Most High, where he got swallowed. He got swallowed by a big fish, right? He got swallowed by a big fish. He was in distress. He was going through calamity. But the Most High humbled him, didn't he? Right? Just imagine being in the belly of a fish, yo. Dark. You know, 1 minute was like an hour to him, man. 2 minutes was like 2 hours.
Yep.
You understand? Being distressed. You know? Hey, that's not a good feeling. But Jonah got humbled real quick. So he got spit out by that fish, man. Right? Because he was in hell. When you in hell, man, it feel like a long time when you in hell, man. When you catch in hell, you feel like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
Hey, man, so we got to call out on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. He's our deliverer, man. He's our deliverer. All right. Ezekiel 9. I'm almost done, by the way. Cut it short. Ezekiel 9, verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark. That word mark goes to a Hebrew word called tav, means exemption from judgment. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. All right? And that's what we're doing. We crying for and sighing and crying for all abomination that's done on earth, man. That's done by the so-called white man. Right? With the mark. But the Lord put a mark on the men that's in the highways and byways. That mark go back to tav, which means exempt from execution. Right? So your brothers and sisters, your brothers, keep doing what you're doing. Right? Go out and prophesize the downfall of this devil. Wake up the nation of Israel, man. Right? And bring out these current events and these news of what's going on today and correlate with the scriptures. Right? Yeah, man. It's a beautiful thing to see the fall of this damn devil, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Been in this truth, right, what, 17, 18 years? And seeing the demise of Esau, man, seeing him fall apart. And I talk to these damn devils on a regular, right? They in distress. They worried, man. They worried.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they not. They are worried, right? And a lot of them is looking from paycheck to paycheck, right? So we pray that the Most High continue and speed us up for the elect. So we give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rekwat, Dash, and Malawat, La Baba. See you on the next video.